Привет, друзья! Вы на канале Дабы, меня зовут Шустра, и мы продолжаем играть в Dragon Age Инквизицию. Тайна встречи Гаспара. Поищите в зале трофеев что-нибудь, что осталось после встречи Гаспара. Окей. Здесь, естественно, стояли 3 человека. Не знаю, может, кто-то заметил с прошлой серии. Они что-то обсуждали, и, подойдя к ним, я их отправила к Калину, и это сработало, и теперь мы можем попасть в зал трофеев. Отлично, собраны скандальные секреты. Больше здесь ничего. Хотя не, подожди. Не. Разведка в Халамширале, зацепки. Филипп, когда пришлю тебе тройную порцию бренди, отправляйся в западное крыло дворца, риск неприемлем. Угу. Найдены статуэтки Галлы, и здесь нужен только тот, кто умеет открывать, да? Нужен разбойник. А я не разбойник. Бронто. Мы с ним уже встречались. Медведя. Вернитесь на бальную залу и выступите против Гаспара. Да, я между делом так подумала. А может быть, монетка. Может быть, стоит все-таки выступить против... Выступить против кого, господи, Гаспара, и посадить, оставить на престоле Селению и вот эту вот Бриеллу, или как ее правильно величать звать. Так, по-моему, здесь галлы не нужны, здесь просто нужен ключ от императорского крыла, да. Выйти мы не можем. Ничего мы не можем. Где еще применить статуэтку Галлы? Отлично, монетка. Но я так прочитала, что все мы не соберем, потому что одна из них на улице. Ладно. Вернемся в большой зал. Я так понимаю, если мы сейчас посадим на престол Селению, оставим ее на престоле вместе с той эльфийкой, то, наверное, квест закончится, да? Нет? О, пошла заставка.
Is there something I can do for you, Your Grace?
Indeed you can. I believe tonight you and I are both concerned by the actions of a certain person. Come, dance with me. Spies will not hear us on the dance floor.
Should 2 women really be dancing together?
My dear Inquisitor, we are the most important people in the room. It would be more scandalous if we did not dance.
Ну и фиг с ним. Я как бы не...
Just what interest do you have in our little war?
I assure you, the effects of this war reach far beyond the borders of the Orlesian Empire.
Perhaps it does. I should not be surprised to find the Empire is
Почему я за мужчину?
It took great effort to arrange tonight's negotiations. Yet one party would use this occasion for blackest treason. The security of the Empire is at stake. Neither one of us wishes to see it fall.
I think I can agree with that, yes.
Then you have lifted a terrible burden from my heart, Inquisitor. The world is filled with doubt and uncertainty. Fear rules more hearts than any empire. I know you arrived here as a guest of my brother Gaspard, and have been everywhere in the palace. You are a curiosity to many, Inquisitor, and a matter of concern to some.
Am I the curiosity or the concern to you, Your Grace?
A little of both, actually. This evening is of great importance, Inquisitor. I wonder what role you will play in it. Do you even yet know who is friend and who is foe? Who in the court can be trusted?
I only trust the Inquisition. It's every woman for herself here in the Imperial Court. Or so I've heard.
In the Winter Palace, everyone is alone. It cannot have escaped your notice that certain parties are engaged in dangerous machinations tonight.
I thought dangerous machinations were the national sport in Orlando.
You have little time. The attack will come soon. You must stop Gaspard before he strikes. In the Royal Wing Garden, you will find the captain of my brother's mercenaries. He knows all Gaspard's secrets. I'm sure you can persuade him to be forthcoming.
We'll see what the night has in store, won't we?
Ну и страшная же ты. Ну, расположение, в принципе, осталось на таком же точке. Приветствуйте, шкалу, фрейлин.
I'd happily do more dancing. Just not with Corypheus.
I promise not to invite him to your next ball.
Were you dancing with Duchess Florian?
Что поделать?
What happened in the servants' quarters? I heard there was fighting.
I hope you have good news. It appears the peace talks are crumbling.
I found Gaspard's knife in the lower levels, used to kill a man. His sister confirms he's the traitor.
She offered up her own brother? She's more cutthroat than I realized.
Then, the attack on the Empress will happen tonight.
Warning Celine is pointless. She needs these talks to succeed, and to flee would admit defeat. Then perhaps we should let her die.
I won't stand by and let her die.
Listen to me carefully, Inquisitor. What Corypheus wants is chaos. Even with Celine alive, that could still happen. To foil his plan, the Empire must remain strong. This evening, someone must emerge victorious.
And it doesn't need to be Celine. She's right.
Do you realize what you're suggesting, Leliana? Sometimes the best path is not the easiest one.
We came here to save Celine.
Then you must not only save her life, but also her empire.
That means giving her a victory over both Gaspard and Briala.
If there truly is proof Gaspard's in league with Corypheus, that would be a start.
What did Duchess Florian tell you?
She said Gaspard's mercenary captain is in the royal wing, that he knows about the assassination.
Which could be a trap.
Or a lead. Either way, you should search the private quarters in that wing for clues.
Then get me access. And in the meantime, get your soldiers into position.
At once. Be careful, Inquisitor.
Да уж. Приветствуйте, фрейлин императрицы, поговорите с послом Бриэлла. Вестибюль, вестибюль.
Another time, perhaps?
Что со мной разговаривать не хочешь?
Mistress Nightingale, what a pleasure to see you again.
Look at Lady Cambien's slippers. Trimmed with pearls. And emeralds. And those buckles. Toss her into the lake and she'll sink right to the bottom. What a disaster.
I found this out. I'm not sure of its value.
Very interesting. It may not help our investigation, but we can put it to use. A little more dirt like this, and we might have some leverage in the court. If you find more, let me know.
There's a Tevinter assassin on the loose, and you're concerned about buckles? On shoes?
Everyone needs a hobby. Besides, you can learn a great deal about a person from their clothing. Gold and jewels on a dancing slipper. The slipper is easily lost and finds itself in the dust and dirt. She is unconcerned with the possibility of losing the shoe or soiling it. A vulgar display of wealth. But Lady Cambien's family has recently lost most of its holdings. They have their title, but little else. So, how did Cambien acquire such a grand shoe? What has she done? Who has she bedded? These are all useful questions, no?
you really think Briala should be given influence?
Selene has been in power long enough to expect support. If we secure her throne, she will be grateful. But such gratitude will pale beside that of one we raise up from nothing. Who is lower than the elf? If we place Briala in power, with Gaspard as her mask, her debt to us will be great indeed. And Gaspard will have the throne he has wanted. With conditions, of course. I suspect he will still find it gratifying.
I should go. Be on your guard.
I always am. I'll keep watch.
Леди Флэр.
Inquisitor, to what do we owe this honor?
We will be happy to assist you if we can.
Her Imperial Majesty is unfortunately occupied at present.
Perhaps you could tell me something then.
Ну, давай.
We haven't been properly introduced.
How rude of us to forget.
Milady Inquisitor, may I present Lady Couteau?
And Lady Colombe.
And of course, Lady Fleur. We are the Empress's ladies-in-waiting.
I'd like to know more about Empress Selene.
Her Majesty has held the throne since she was just 16 years old.
She is respected and beloved, not just in Orlais, but across Tedas.
She doesn't care much for liver, and she drinks her tea black.
If the evening ends favorably for the Empress, how does the Inquisition benefit?
Her Imperial Majesty brings the might of the Orlesian Empire with her friendship.
She is also a respected diplomat and world leader. She can forge alliances for you with Rivain, Antiva, the Underfels.
And she throws the best parties.
Действительно, так важно.
I'd like to know more about the negotiations. What's happening with the peace talks now?
Things do not look promising.
The Grand Duke is as stubborn as always. He will not accept anything but victory in battle.
But the night is young, and Her Majesty will do everything she can to persuade him.
What is the Empress trying to accomplish with the negotiations?
Peace is her only objective, Inquisitor.
Gaspard and Briala are driven by personal ambitions, but those desires threaten the safety of all Orlesians.
The war must end tonight. We must conclude this to deal with the larger crisis.
My investigations turned up something interesting.
Рискнуть.
It concerns Ambassador Briala. It concerns the Grand Duke. I found Gaspard's knife in the servants' quarters. It was used to murder a council emissary. His own sister told me that he intends to assassinate the Empress tonight.
You quite certain of this?
That would be treason.
How scandalous!
There must be some mistake.
Do you have proof of this? Something Her Majesty can take to the nobles?
You must find proof so she can arrest Gaspard. She would never call off negotiations, even to save her own life.
I intercepted orders to his general to sneak soldiers into the palace tonight.
How could he behave so dishonorably?
He would attack the Empress and break all the binding rules of hospitality.
Ты не видела красную свадьбу, милочка?
More handsome chevaliers on the dance floor than there should be.
Good evening.
Until next time, Inquisitor.
Do take care.
Enjoy the masquerade.
Поговорить с послом Бриэллы. Посол Бри... Вот и она, в принципе.
Inquisitor Radar. The stories claimed you were barely capable of speech. You haven't dazzled the court this evening, but at least you've avoided embarrassing yourself. Well done. What brings you to me?
You might be interested in what I've found. It's about Gaspard. You think Gaspard was behind the murder of that council emissary and the Tevinter agents in the servants' wing?
Gaspard is ruthless. He wants the throne, but to conspire with Tevinter. That's low even for him. If you intend to stop him, you'll need irrefutable proof. his supporters will accept nothing less. Celine will never end the talks until she has no other choice.
I found orders issued to his general to sneak troops into the palace.
My people reported chevaliers skulking around where they shouldn't be. It's a foolish move if he doesn't succeed. Sneaking men in is easy. Getting them out unnoticed is not.
I want to know more about the peace talks. What are you hoping to gain from tonight's negotiations?
A voice. Simple enough, isn't it? My people have none. We've lived for centuries amid the lowest ranks of society. No one hears us. No one sees us. If the elves of Halam Shiral were elevated, if we had an elven noble at court, we'd have recognition. A voice.
Everyone should have representation in their government.
A start. That's all this is. Something humans can't ignore, and something elves can aspire to. But that's the future. We need to focus on the task at hand.
If Celine were killed, what would happen to your plans?
Assuming I'm not the one blamed,
Mhm.
it would be precarious. I've been working on Gaspard, but he's like a charging bull. It would be easier to rein him in if I had something that could hurt him.
We'll speak more later, Ambassador.
Another time, Inquisitor.
Угу. Миссия завершена. Хорошо. Что здесь у нас? Нет, не путь Инквизиции. Или, наверное, путь Инквизиции. Так, найдите в императорском крыле. Найдите в императорском крыле материал для шантажа. Угу. Ну, они просто нам его открыли, да, я так понимаю? Ни с кем, говорит, не разговаривайте. Ну-ну. Какое там одобрение? 55? «55, говорите. Кстати, можно пойти типа монетки покидать. Но эти монетки дают просто по одному одобрению. По одному всего лишь. Всего... Где что? Рай для шантажиста. Собраны скандальные секреты. Ну, это, короче, надо вот так вот бегать и просто... Угу. Взять монетку. В Бралисианском театре, ну нафиг. Подслушать. 55 из 100. Ну, лучше, чем... Ну, блин. Скандальные взятки. Можно сохраниться.
Well, well, the Inquisitor. Here as a guest of my nephew, no less. I'm curious.
I didn't know the Grand Duke was your nephew.
He's my brother's eldest boy. Always a difficult child, Gaspard. Never listened, never did what he was told. He was raised a prince. All his life we told him he would be emperor. It was his destiny, his duty. What else should he do with his life if not fight for his destiny?
What can you tell me about the Civil War?
If you are hoping for insight, you've come to the wrong man. It's war. It is brutal and terrible and sometimes necessary. There's nothing more to say.
Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
My niece Florian hasn't spoken to me all evening. That's not like her.
Another time, my lord.
Хорошо. Где? Везде кровище, блин. Отлично. И еще что-то есть. Монетка. Одиннадцать из 30. Хорошо. Ну, тут можно... Кто ты вообще?
Inquisitor Radar, how delightful. I am Lady Marcelette, court historian to Her Imperial Majesty.
Are you here to chronicle the events of the evening for posterity?
Oh yes, this is a momentous occasion. The first meeting between the Grand Duke and Her Majesty since the war began.
Какие штучки летают.
If, maker forbid, the talks should fail, it is an important moment in the history of the Empire.
What exactly does a court historian do?
I am responsible for the historical records of the court. I maintain our library and record all official proceedings.
Good evening, Lady Marcelette.
Another time, perhaps.
Ну, на этом одобрение мы, конечно, не заработали, но... Отлично. Вассал. Филипп-балам!
Awfully selfish of this, Philippe. Running off to play and leaving you with all the work.
I've half a mind to inform the Dowager. That would teach him to shirk his duties to roll some elven maid. The night of all nights, leaving me to convey Gaspard's death threats to the council. Wonderful timing, Philippe. Thank you.
Отлично.
You are too kind, Inquisitor.
Потому что изначально мы выбрали не то, как вы помните. Подслушать. Хорошо, есть смысл побегать по замку.
Well, that's useful.
Отлично. Любовные записки всякие. 16 из 30, очень интересно. Не думаю, что это топ. Господи. Что ты пугаешь-то? Так, гостевой сад. Ну, здесь мы вроде прокликивали, да, здесь больше ничего нет. Бросить монетку. Пинг. Ну, у нас их немного. По-моему, да, все, да? Больше нету. И одобрение выросло еще на 6 пунктов. Естественно, оно может единовременно вырасти до 15 пунктов, но у нас просто не будет столько монет. Ох ты, фига, проглюк. Просто по одной простой причине, что одна из монеток находится непосредственно за, как только мы сюда попали. Что говорит о том, что я не все просмотрела здесь. Так, ну я не разбойник, поэтому мне здесь делать, в принципе-то, нечего. И здесь, по-моему, тоже все посмотрели. Ну что ж, осталось идти только туды. Больше никуда. В библиотеку нельзя, никуда нельзя. Ну и все, в принципе. Подслушать.
Well, that's useful.
Угу. То есть при каком-то перемещении по замку можно наткнуться на еще одни круги. То есть есть смысл наяривать круги. Хорошо. Угу. Все мы здесь снова. Ну давай. Мы оденем чисто оружие, потому что другого нам, в принципе, и не надо. Левел здесь небольшой, поэтому мы справимся в любом случае. Правда, не очень правильно я это сделала, но... Отлично. Дверь, хорошо. Ну и побежали.
So, even Liliana thought this place was dangerous and you wanted to just walk in here. This party is looking up.
Да, эта вечеринка обещает быть веселой. Оп. Как обычно. Шут, блин. На! В порядке?
Are you all right?
I don't think I'm hurt. No one's supposed to be here. Briala said... Oh, I shouldn't have trusted her.
It takes great courage to come to the royal wing unarmed.
It's not courage to blindly follow Briala's orders into
Ой,
a
прошу
trap.
прощения.
I knew her. Before. When she was Celine's pet. Now she wants to play revolution. But I remember. She was sleeping with the Empress who purged our alienage.
Something like that could destroy Briala, if it were known.
No. Some know she has a history with the Empress. But they believe she was just a favored servant. If the Inquisition will protect me, I'll tell you everything I know about our ambassador.
Go to the ballroom. Find Commander Cullen. He'll keep you safe.
Thank you. Make her protect you, Inquisitor.
Ну... Это не то, что я хотела. Найти на статуэтке Галлы. Мне как бы неинтересно Бриелу подставлять. Я так-то и планирую все-таки оставить ее с Селиной. Как ни крути. Да подождут. Так, здесь что-то есть. Вон. Ну, нет. Да. Все сундуки обшарили. Хорошо. Ну, осталось еще, кстати, да, дверь. Здесь мы пришли. Личные покои императрицы. Вот это круто. Тайная переписка. Так. Ого. Как мило. А вы кто?
What happened?
It's not what it looks like.
Да, а как это?
The Empress led me to believe I would be rewarded for betraying the Grand Duke. This was not what I hoped for.
I can imagine what you thought your reward would be.
Please, I beg you, don't tell Gaspard. The Empress beguiled me into giving her information about plans for troop movements in the palace tonight. She knows everything. Everything. The Duke's surprise attack has been countered before it ever began. She's turned it into a trap. The moment he strikes, she'll have him arrested for treason.
Classic, honey.
I don't know which is worse. Celine for using such a tactic or him for falling for it.
Освободить его, чтобы получить компромат на Селину. Освободить его, но замять дело. Оставить его на произвол судьбы. Но мне не нужно компромат на Селину.
Don't breathe a word about this.
I can promise that. I have no intention of dying, Inquisitor. If Gaspard didn't kill me for this, Celine would.
Очень интересно, да? Можно получить и расположение... И расположение двора можно получить. Очень интересно. Нет, здесь что-то есть. Было же, нет? Ладно. Так, ну теперь пошли. У нас осталась еще дверь. Разрыв? Подожди. Сад мечтаний. Охренеть. Ой-ой. Охренеть. Красота-то какая. Угу. Ну что, обязательно с другой стороны подмигать? А, это Галла была. Забрали. Это схрон, но он мне не нужен. Взять добычу. Что там? А, денежки. Ладно. Что здесь схрон, будем знать. Метка горит. Понятно. Вау!
Inquisitor, what a pleasure. I wasn't certain you'd attend. You're such a challenge to read. I had no idea if you'd taken my bait.
I fear I'm a bit busy at the moment, if you're looking for a dance partner.
Yes, I see that. Such a pity you did not save one final dance for me.
Ты мне сразу не
It
понравилось.
was kind of you to walk into my trap so willingly. I was so tired of your meddling. Corypheus insisted that the Empress die tonight, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Why kill the Empress? What does Corypheus want to achieve?
Celine's death is a stepping stone on the path to a better world. Corypheus will enter the Black City and claim the godhood waiting for him. We will cast down your useless maker and usher in a united world, guided by the hand of an attentive god.
You're Orlesian royalty. Why would you help Corypheus attack your empire?
You think so small, Inquisitor. Why settle for an empire when Corypheus will remake the entire world? I admit, I will relish the look on Gaspar's face when he realizes I've outplayed him. He always was a sore loser.
What exactly is in this for you?
The world, of course. I'll deliver the entire south of Tedas, and Corypheus will save me. When he has ascended to godhood, I will rule all Tedas in his name.
You don't have to go through with this, Florian. There's still time to turn back.
Oh, my dear Inquisitor, you are so naive. In their darkest dreams, no one imagines I would assassinate Celine myself. All I need is to keep you out of the ballroom long enough to strike. A pity you'll miss the rest of the ball, Inquisitor. They'll be talking of it for years. Kill her. Bring me the marked hand as proof. It will make a fine gift for the master.
Ого. Так. Давай, рассеивай. Не получилось? Ну. Ну, отлично. Если что, у меня будет на 8 разрыв. Эта штука мерзкая. Мау. Сразу так потемнело.
What was all that? Were those demons? There aren't any more of those blasted demons coming, right?
No more demons. It's safe.
Maker? I've never seen one that close before. I knew Gaspard was a bastard, but I didn't think he'd feed me to fucking horrors over a damn bill.
Duke Gaspard lured you out here?
Well, his sister. But it had to come from him, didn't it? And all that garbage she was spewing doesn't mean anything. Gaspard had to be the mastermind.
Your accent sounds Ferelden. I thought you were one of Gaspard's mercenaries.
Born and raised in Denerim. Seems like I should have stayed there. The Duke wanted to move on the palace tonight, but he didn't have enough fancy chevaliers. So he hired me and my men. He had to offer us triple our usual pay to come to Orlais. Sticky, clumsy cheesemonger.
He's going to attack tonight? What about the peace talks?
Nobles don't give a shit about honor and conduct unless it suits them. He'll do what it takes to claim the throne.
Impressively ruthless of Gaspard, if predictable.
Gaspard doesn't care who he hurts on his way to the throne, does he?
You saved my life. I owe you. And Gaspard still hasn't paid me. You want me to talk to the Empress or the court or sing a blasted song in a chantry? I'll do it.
Отлично. Что-то я там подобрала непонятно, не прочитала. Эссенция огонька. Так, ну, целей нет, точнее, целей 3. Ой, здравствуйте. Ну, что ты там? Никак не умрешь? Угу. Там-та-та-та-та-там. Здесь ничего. Только церковь разграбить. Это, наверное, песни света. Nope. Это мы просто вернулись. Здравствуйте. Больно, да? Кошмар, все горит. Красиво горит. Что-то можно почитать. О Бралисианском театре опять. Ну, это естественно. Кому интересно почитать о театре. Запор. Нужно больше статуэток Гал. Охренеть. Ну, название, конечно, впечатляет, не спорю. Закрыто, закрыто, закрыто. Мне бы выйти. Ага, и теперь мы снизу. Но что мне здесь делать, я разительно не понимаю. И как туда пройти, я тоже не очень понимаю. Реквием. Наверное, я просто не там свернула. Здесь были еще места. Сад мечтаний. Нет, это не то место. Хорошо. Ого, может быть сюда? Блин. Блинский. Перевязано. Пусть оно будет открыто. Да, оно открыто. Деньги. Много денег и женщина. Странно, расположение вроде как увеличивается. Что там непонятно и как... Куда мне вообще идти? На основной уровень. Императорские покои. Вот мне вот сюда, типа. Там-там-та-та-та-там. Закрыто с другой стороны. Что же надо такое сделать, чтобы было открыто с той... А, подожди, это мы как раз сюда пришли. Я поняла. Пришли, и она за нами закрыла. Потому что пошла на бал. Угу. И у меня не видно моей синей метки. Отлично. Что там? Там переход? О, там как кто-то сидит. Вот большой... Сохраняемся и выходим. В большой бальный зал. Это, видать, там будет закрыто, да, было? Где было закрыто? На тесемку? На полотно? Не знаю. Ой, вся в кровище.
Thank the Maker you're back. The Empress will begin her speech. What should we do?
Спасти жизнь, Селин. Спасти жизнь.
The Grand Duchess is the assassin. Don't let her anywhere near the Empress.
Duchess? At once, Inquisitor.
Let all gathered attend. Her Imperial Majesty will now address the court.
Lords and ladies, as a nation, we mourn our sons and daughters, brothers and sisters, friends and lovers claimed by war. The sky is torn open, our divine is dead, and many fear the end of all things comes upon us. Orlais must stand as a bastion, a bulwark behind which all Tedas may take shelter. So has it stood for 1,000 years. So shall it ever stand. This would not have been possible without the efforts of many. Dear cousin, please step forward.
Grand Duchess, stand down.
Now!
For Corypheus, kill them all!
Cohen, protect the people!
Yes, Inquisitor.
Вау! Аж мурашки по ногам пошли. У! Это очень круто. Ну, а я, наверное, тогда здесь и закончу, потому что мы уже вышли за лимит серии, и это будет, наверное, очень-очень-очень интересно. С вами была Шустра, это был канал Дабы, и увидимся в следующей серии. Пока.